Ten most famous and beautiful landscape paintings in the world. Toledo Landscape. El Greco, a Greek-born artist who worked in Spain, was a leading figure of the Spanish Renaissance in the 15th and 16th centuries. Landscape paintings were rare in Western art during that time, with landscapes often serving as backgrounds for human activities. View of Toledo is considered a unique landscape of the 16th century and the first landscape painting of Spain during that period. It depicts the city of Toledo in Spain, although the artist took liberties with its actual layout. Among El Greco's most cherished masterpieces, View of Toledo is renowned for its mysterious symbolism and excellent contrast between the dark sky above and the glowing greenery below, alongside Van Gogh's The Starry Night. It remains one of the most famous depictions of the sky in Western art. 2. Iris's Flower Field. Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh, one of the most famous artists in history, led a difficult life plagued by mental instability. He ultimately shot himself in the chest with a revolver and died 2 days later. Among his most famous works, and one of the most beautiful, is the landscape painting Irises. He painted it the year before his death, calling it a lightning conductor for my illness, as he believed his work was a hopeful defense against madness. In September 1987, Irises was sold for $53.9 million, making it the most expensive painting ever undersold at that time. This record stood for about 2.5 years, and, as of 2018, it ranks 5th on the list of the most expensive paintings ever sold, adjusted for inflation. Van Gogh is considered a master of landscapes, and Irises is one of his most famous landscapes. 3. The Fighting Temmer Air Sea Scene. J.M.W. Turner. HMS Temeraire was a Royal Navy 98-gun second-rate ship of the line, renowned for its heroic performance in the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805 between the British and Combe, and fleets of France and Spain. J.M.W. Turner portrayed the warship, many years after its glorious days, being towed by a tugboat, reduced to pieces. The painting expresses admiration for sailboats, as they would be replaced by steam-powered ships. Turner used symbolism, like the setting sun, to hint at the subject's decay and its demise despite its glorious past. J.M.W. Turner is widely regarded as the greatest landscape artist in history. The Temeraire is his most beautiful and famous painting, one he affectionately called his darling. In 2005, it was voted Britain's favourite painting, or a poll conducted by the BBC. 4. European countryside scene. The Wain. John Constable. English artists in the Romantic movement supported landscapes, and the most influential among them was John Constable. The Wain depicts a rural scene on the River Stour, between the counties of Suffolk and Essex in England. It's the area around where Constable was born, depicted in his most famous masterpieces and known as Constable Country. At the heart of the painting is a wooden horse, or large cart, being pulled by 3 horses across the river. The scene unfolds near Flatford Mill, owned by Constable's father. The left bank is in Suffolk, while the landscape on the right bank is in Essex. The Wain is revered as one of the greatest romantic landscape paintings and among the most beautiful ever created by an English artist. In a 2005 poll conducted by the BBC, It was voted the second most popular painting in any British gallery, following The Fighting Temeraire. However, in a 2017 survey by Samsung, it outranked Turner's masterpiece. 5. Impression, Sunrise, Claude Monet. Impressionism is an art movement that emerged in France in the mid-19th century. Among other things, it is characterized by accurate depiction of light, straightforward poses, and vibrant colors. This painting, titled Impression, Sunrise, is famous for lending its name to the Impressionist movement and has now become its quintessential symbol, initially criticized by art critics. The term Impressionism was coined in a sarcastic review by Louis Leroy. However, the Impressionist movement quickly became popular, spreading into music and literature. The subject of this painting, as the harbour of La Havre in France, Impression, Sunrise, is notable for its loose brushstrokes that suggest rather than define the scene. Monet used colour as the primary element. To capture the essence of the moment, the painting, with its hazy setting, deviated from the traditional landscape art and classical beauty, idealizing instead. Impression, Sunrise stands as one of the most influential paintings in the history of landscape art. 6. Wanderer Above the Sea of Fog. Caspar David Friedrich. Caspar David Friedrich is regarded as the most important romantic artist in Germany. He's famous for artworks that place human figures amidst the night sky, morning mist, barren trees, and more, illustrating humanity's diminishing significance against the grand scale of life. In this painting, a man, formally dressed and carrying a walking stick, stands on a rocky outcrop protruding behind him for the viewer. The viewer is thus prompted to witness a landscape, shrouded in dense sea mist, where the man appears contemplative. Friedrich's use of space illustrates the minuscule position of humans in nature. The painting depicts various locations, from the beautiful Elbe sandstone mountains in Saxony, southeastern Germany. Wanderer Above the Sea of Fog is Friedrich's most famous work. It has become synonymous with the Romantic era and remains the most iconic landscape painting of the movement. 7. Christina's World. Field, Andrew Wyeth. Andrew Wyeth is one of the most renowned American artists of the 20th century. His precise, realistic portrayal of rural life became an icon of American culture, challenging the essence of modern art, mainly abstract art. His masterpiece, Christina's World, is one of the most beautiful and famous paintings in 20th century America. It depicts a woman lying in a field, gazing at a grey house on the horizon. The woman in the painting is Anna Christina Olsen, Wyeth's neighbour in South Cushing, Maine, who suffered from a degenerative muscular disorder that rendered her immobile. Wyeth was inspired to create the masterpiece when he saw her crawling across a field from his window. Though it received little attention when first displayed, Christina's World has become increasingly popular over the years. It has achieved iconic status and is the most famous landscape of an American. 8. The Great Wave off Kanagawa, Katsushika Hokusai. Katsushika Hokusai is considered one of the greatest artists in Japanese history, influencing many Western artists with his works. He played a crucial role in popularizing the landscape genre through his famous series of landscape works, 36 Views of Mount Fuji. These prints depict the mountain from various locations, seasons, and weather conditions. Also known as the Great Wave or simply the Wave, this painting is the first print of the series, Hokusai's most famous works, and perhaps the most recognizable piece of Japanese art worldwide. It portrays a gigantic wave threatening boats, off the coast of Kanagawa, Japan. Mount Fuji can be seen in the background of the print. The Great Wave off Kanagawa has inspired artists across many genres, especially Impressionism. It is one of the most beautifully reproduced and famous works of art in the world. 9. Water Lilies oil painting, Claude Monet. Impressionism is the most significant movement in the development of landscape art, and Claude Monet's series Nymphaeas, or Water Lilies, is described as the Sistine Chapel of Impressionism. It consists of approximately 250 oil paintings Monet created over the last 30 years of his life. They are displayed in museums worldwide. The richness of colors and light in these paintings reveals to viewers the incredible diversity of nature and the depth and mystery of the life it sustains. Remarkably, many of these works were created when Monet's vision was severely impaired due to cataracts. Claude Monet's water lily paintings are among the most recognized and celebrated works of 20th century art, and have had a profound influence on generations of artists. 10. The Starry Night, Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh, who struggled with mental illness, admitted himself to the St. Paul Asylum in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, France, on May 8, 1889. Although painted during the day, this masterpiece depicts the night scene outside Van Gogh's asylum room window. The Starry Night demonstrates the artist's interest in astronomy, and a study conducted by Griffith Park Observatory confirmed that Vincent represented the Moon, Venus, and some stars at their exact positions in the clearly depicted night. The painting has been analyzed extensively, with various art historians finding different symbolic elements within it. The Starry Night is one of the most universally recognized paintings in Western art history. It has been widely referenced in popular culture, including in a famous song by Don McLean titled Vincent. It is considered Vincent van Gogh's magnum opus, and is the most famous landscape painting ever created.